I don't want to say too much about the festival. I kind of want it to be your interpretation of the festival. It's generally about social media, social change, and technology, somewhat about advancement in mankind through technology. And with that, I give you Christiane Cargill-Kinney of LeClaire Ryan. Thank you.
Hi guys. As Ross said, I'm Christiane Cargill-Kinney. I came out from LA to represent my law firm, who is a presenting sponsor of this event, LeClaire Ryan. So I am happy to be here and happy that my firm gave me Friday and Monday off. First of all, I want to acknowledge Ross for everything that he's done to put this together, and just overseeing all of these volunteers. You've heard that laundry list of things that go into a film festival. It's not just showing films on the screen. And he's worked tirelessly, and I was there, I think, the day after he came up with this idea and shared it with us at a little party saying, I thought of this thing last night. What do you guys think? So it's been cool to see this evolution and watch him pulling his hair out. And thank you guys all for being here at 9 in Vegas. I won't bore you about my law firm. I want to get on with it and present our keynote speaker, who I just met now. He is one of the producers of The Naked Brand, which I have not seen yet. That'll be screening right after his talk. I've heard it's a fantastic branding and marketing movie. I'm really looking forward to it. And without further ado, Joey Dumont.
Thanks. I can say with confidence that it's the first time I've ever flown into Vegas on a Friday night and checked into my room and ordered a Cobb salad. And woke up and watched all the activity going on. So I wanted to at least make sure I wasn't hungover so I could talk to all you fine people. Why am I here? How many of you guys are filmmakers? Okay, so let's set the standard there first. My partners and I own an ad agency in San Francisco and New York, respectively. And we embarked upon a video series in 2005, 2006 called Hope Beyond the Hype. And it had to do with advertising. And if you guys know social media today, it used to be called Web 2.0. And this all started when we started pitching Verizon, which is a big telco. They're a staid telco, and they wanted to actually rebrand themselves as a marketer of cool things, music and cool phones and all this really neat stuff that they wanted to go after a completely new demo. So we started coming up with this, and in this series of vignettes that we shot, we went out and captured CMOs, VPs of marketing, CEOs, celebrities, people like that, for little tiny interviews. And then we go and show these to our clients and say, this is what's happening out there, guys. There's a two-way conversation happening about your brand. You need to inject yourself into that conversation. Fast forward to 2011, my business partner, Jeff, who was the director of this film, came into our partner call and said, hey, you guys, I want to shoot a documentary. And after the laughter subsided, we said, okay, do you know how to? And he said, no, I have no idea. He said, but I know I can do it for about 80 grand. I won't do it during my work day. I'll do it at night over the weekends. And I think I can get it done in 3 to 6 months. So 18 months later, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, he worked and ran all over the country, and we filmed a lot of really cool people. And you'll see it all. I don't want to spoil any of the vignettes, but Ross mentioned something earlier. I don't know if they actually have the same belief that we do about social media. After we got about 6 months into the project, we realized that, and this is, stay with me here for a second, advertising can help save the world. And that's something when my partner first uttered, we laughed again. And I said, we're advertisers, how are we going to save the world? And what we realized is that advertising as a whole has changed fundamentally. Because 20 years ago, you could be a brand like General Motors or Coca-Cola, and you could get up on the mountaintop and you could say, this is who we are. This is what we stand for. And no one could call bullshit on that. But nowadays, if you say, this is who we are and this is what we're doing, and you don't do that, people will call you on it. And it's happening all the time. You saw it happen in 1997. This is part of our film. There's a guy named Darryl O'Rourke who actually outed Nike by going to the plants in China and understanding that there were sweatshops. And then he came back to the United States and wrote a little vignette about it. and took Nike out. $2 billion in market share they went down in 1 week because of this story. And they had to redo everything because they understood now, hey, there's transparency. And that's why advertising can save the world, because social media is allowing for brand transparency to the consumer for the first time ever. And what that allows is it makes sure that you have to be a good company and not just say you're a good company. And we have a lot of these up here that will show this in point. One of the things that we're working on now as an agency is we want to actually go out and attract clients that want to tell true stories. They don't want to just hire us for a cool tagline. They actually want us to help them with their business. And in doing so, their business can profit. And that's the idea behind advertising saving the world. As an example, we're engaging with one of the military brands. And they want to tell their story because military has changed. As an example, there's 200,000 active Marines. What do Marines do today? Very different than what they did in World War II. And everybody has a notion about what a Marine is. They're fighters, they're killers, they take care of us. But the bottom line with Marines, as an example, is that they are no longer just this one thing. They're a complex organism. They're building communities, and they're helping build and rebuild countries. So what if you could tell those stories? And we started talking to some of the soldiers, both in the Army and the Marines, about what is it that you would like us to help you with on the recruiting side. And they said, if you want to lionize us, we don't want to have any part of this. We want truth. We want transparency. We want people out in the marketplace to know who we are, what we're doing, and why we're doing it. We're not killers. And we're like, cool, because that's exactly what we're here to do. We're here to tell truthful stories. And what you're going to see here today is many different people, CMOs, celebrities, CEOs, CTOs, all these different people that are involved in social media and the transparency that comes with that. So I will be available, I think we're have a couple minutes of Q&A afterwards, but just please come up and grab me. Obviously this is very cool and small. You can just, my name is Joey, just come up and ask. And if you guys are ready, let's hit the film. Woo!